All right, so we are going to start city and community development and recreation.
Okay.
And it appears as though as everybody's here. And we all have the agenda. I don't have minutes for this one. Of course, because we all know that I'm pretty much the worst at minutes to begin with. And then I actually forgot I was the interim chair of this committee until today. So, does the agenda look cool to everybody?
Yeah. Are you talking?
No, that was my husband. I'm sorry, telling me to get my head in the game. That I shouldn't forget that I am.
No, I meant Mary J. Mary Doe. I can't. Were you saying something? You can't hear me, Mary Jo? Uh-oh.
So I see it says that Mary Jo is on mute.
I know.
Am I the host of this meeting?
I don't know.
No, I'm the host.
No, I can't hear Mary Jo. I cannot hear you.
If we could, maybe if Mary Jo wants to leave the meeting and then try to come back, because she was
I can't even see that. I can't see that either.
Yeah, but I can't see that either.
I can't see it. No. I can't see or hear.
Can you hear us?
Mary Jo, can you hear us at all? Okay, that must be a no, because she's not responding.
Okay, I'm gonna send her a text message right quick, guys, to tell her to leave the meeting and to come right back. And come right back. Okay, cool. I told her to leave and come right back.
All right.
And so we will wait for a moment. Okay. No, I can
read her lips.
Me too. Oh wait,
She's
there she is.
Right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't hear you though.
You can't hear us.
Is anybody talking?
Yes. You can't hear
Mary
us?
Jo.
We can
you
hear
two
you.
Hear each other?
Yes.
You can hear Amber and Amber can hear you.
Yes.
I can't hear anyone.
And I can hear you.
It might be like your input settings for that headset.
Tell her to do what?
How about now?
I can still hear you.
Oh, you
Oh, she can hear us. Okay.
Yay. Okay.
Good. Awesome.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, home for our TV timeout.
Sorry, you think I worked in IT? You couldn't read this note, could you?
No, I could not.
No. I even zoomed in like this, like
I saw it. Sorry,
It's-
I tried. That's all I got. All right.
Cool.
What
Alrighty,
I don't know what I missed, but Amber,
nothing.
if you would send out the agenda in something other than a PDF, I could probably take minutes for you while we're doing it and get you ahead of the game. But obviously I can't.
Thank you. Can do. Cool. Well, all of them have like every single one of them have like handwritten minutes. So if you guys don't mind handwritten minutes, then I could just scan them and get them to you. But
I don't mind that as long as it's legible.
All right,
Yeah, I'm good with that.
cool.
yep.
Awesome. And so it be settled. So the three here, the three of us may be all that ends up on this committee truly for a while. So one thing that are on both agendas for tonight is 2021 goals. I think one thing that we should start doing as not only committees, but as a council is we always go through the budget and we basically oversee, but we never allocate money toward what our goals are. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And so I feel like we should start setting goals in committees based on what we want to see and then seeing if we can find money to allocate toward that.
All right,
I like that idea. My hesitation is, because like I'm on all the committees, and Amber, I think you're on all. Erica, are you on all of them too?
I'm on all of them.
So I guess where I'm going with that is, would different committees have different goals, and then everyone be vying? I won't use the word fighting. Will everyone be vying for that small little bucket of money that's floating out there?
Yes,
Well, I
'cause
think
honestly, I already see a potential conflict. But I'll wait until we get to that part of the agenda.
so. What I think is honestly is that we still come up with the goals in every committee, and then maybe in a council meeting or a committee of the whole, we narrow it down based off of everybody's opinion and then submit it like via a resolution to the administration.
They don't have to do anything with it. I mean,
And I was kind of going up that same alley. I mean, if it's a resolution, then chuck it. But I mean, if there's money involved, we can make it an ordinance. And
It's an ordinance.
right,
So we could do it as an ordinance.
right.
yeah. I guess it just depends on what it is, and I mean, we just need to, I don't know, but well, I guess that's a conversation for another day.
I know. And we all get that little antsy feeling when we start talking about money, don't we?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
Cool. So
I've said this from day one.
I-
I stress more over the city's checkbook than I do over my own personal checkbook.
Right, for sure, absolutely. Well, we got a new backhoe though.
yep.
Hey,
Mm.
I love your I'm not throwing shade, but I'm throwing shade face right now.
Well, only if you're watching.
Okay, right. So as far as this committee goes for 2021, do we have any goals? Does anybody have any thoughts or suggestions? One thing that I would like to see is a community event, like something that is more than a movie night, but not as big as like I don't know. you know, not like a cleanup day, but something like the community, like a festival or like a carnival or something.
Fun.
I guess I would like to see something like that as well. I was thinking about some things that we could do using social distancing. And I had an idea about what I've seen kind of online and in other places is like how they have like some kind of exercise class or a yoga class in a parking lot. And if we could use like the parking lot of the city center and just maybe have people park maybe around the corner or across the street or whatever, and then just have people social distance in the parking lot and do some kind of something. I don't know. So we could do something.
So
Like a
Clinton
fitness.
I don't know.
Center for the Blind
Yeah,
just
like a
did that last week.
Oh, okay.
It was
Okay.
something, and I only happened to drive by it and saw the sign, like a handmade sign that said this way, and I saw
Okay.
people out in the field.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they published that or who put that on, but maybe we could contact them and piggyback on what they did. They've got a nice field, that big green space right off of Hamilton Avenue that could be utilized.
Oh, okay. Now,
Damn.
see, I was thinking free. So I don't want to go, I don't want to, you know, they're not going to let us use their green space for free. I'm all about the parking lot. The parking lot is ours and we can use it for free.
I hear you. I'm just saying if they were going to do it again, maybe we just publicize theirs and get, I was just trying to.
Oh, okay.
Theirs.
Okay. Yeah. Cause you know, we can get people to come to the parking lot and, you know, do something, do stuff. Cause everybody wants to get out of the house. Cause I know everybody's got cabin fever. So it's just a matter of what we want to do and, you know, who wants to commit to doing it on a regular basis. And, you know, I'm one of those people that, you know, I'll show up to clean up the mess or show up to you know, to take my turn, but I don't know that I want to be in charge of all of that every week or every however long. I don't know. So maybe I'll do some kind of seeing if somebody's interested in something like that. Because again, I'm all about free. Free
is for me. Yeah. So you
True.
think?
One thing that I was thinking. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, because we had to. I mean, stating the obvious, we'd have to find somebody who's. I would think we'd find somebody who's a certified fitness instructor, though, and that might be where the cost comes in.
Well,
or do we just want to stand there and see if there's a gym teacher at the high school and stand there and do jumping jacks? I mean, what was your idea?
what my idea is like like on my sister's street, her neighbor does a line dancing class in the street, blocking traffic on their little cul-de-sac street.
I think that's a great idea.
I do too. And you know, I think that
you don't have to be certified to do line dancing. You just have to know some line dances and, you know, plug your speaker in and again, free in the parking lot and, you know, 6 feet apart and, you know, boom, bring a bottle of water and everybody, you know, has fun dancing, social distancing with your mask on. And then, you know, 1 hour and boom, boom, bye, we're good. And, you know, there's an event and it's something we can do on a somewhat regular basis. And I'm sure that there's somebody who will be interested in doing that. We just have to.
I think what we'll do is I will send an email with Mimi from We Thrive because I think that fits in with our We Thrive disease whatever path that we have, and then Miss Kim Stewart, who has the dance school, and then maybe one of them want to head up a line dancing session
Okay.
in our free parking lot.
Yes.
Cool.
There we go. Had an idea. Yay.
And I like, yay. And then I will put you guys on it, of course. So that way we can all get together on it. So that's cool. It was like a 2021 goal is community fitness events.
Here's the goal. Maybe in 2021,
I like
won't
it.
have to worry about social distancing.
Yes, that would be exciting. That would be
That would
just
be.
wonderful. Yes, it would be. I guess we'll see, won't we? It's
You
not,
two pretty much in your head.
not looking good for the home team.
Okay. So awesome. So I think a good goal for 2021 is like maybe a community. It kind of goes with the next item too, like a community plant day. Like maybe we as the city buy the bulbs, or we find people to buy the bulbs, the seeds, whatever, and we start a day once a year in the spring, or Mary Jo can direct us, I'm sure, of when we can shut down like some of the thoroughfares, mainly Galbraith, and plants. Like we find sponsors for the bulbs and then bring the community in to help us plant them to make them look better.
Okay, sounds like a good idea.
The purple violets that are there will come up again every year.
Yeah, on Hamilton.
Yes, but we did not put those, they're not in every single island.
Okay,
They're in 2 or 3.
So, okay, 3 qualifying questions. How many bulbs did y'all plant?
1,300.
Okay. How much did 1,300 bulbs cost?
Actually, I got them really cheap,
They were,
which is what spurred the idea to begin with. It was only like $200. It was cheap. It was probably less than that.
wow, that's pretty cool.
But
that's near free. Does that count?
Yes, close
Well,
to
Does
free.
near free count, Erica? Mary
hang
Jo?
on, though.
Yes.
Hang on. I would not count on that price, because when I got that, so bulbs like that are supposed to be planted right now in the fall.
Right.
I got them so late. We planted them in January on MLK Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was very nervous if they were even going to come up.
Or if squirrels were going to go eat them.
I was hopeful for the traffic for the squirrels, but yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, when my kids went to school, they had something called Bethany Blooms every year. And they would just have families come out and plant these bulbs just for the flowers every year. And they just made kind of a day of it, like a community. It was a good time. It was fun. We would all eat breakfast and then go plant bulbs and take pictures and laugh. And so we could do something like that, Sounds like fun.
Awesome. So when is a good time? I know right now, but like in 2021, would you suggest what's a good time to plant? Like, I don't know, something that's going to look good. I guess during the spring or
October. October is the time to plant. I can't make plants grow, but I know when you need to plant them to make them grow.
okay.
Crack me up.
And my mom, she's all about that life. I missed it. It missed me some kind of way. I don't know.
Okay.
If you wanted to,
So,
so were you thinking about
is
planting,
it
are you thinking about planting stuff along Hamilton then? Like under the trees?
Galbraith and
Oh,
Hamilton?
you do want Gallup.
Yeah, something. Yeah, Galbraith, mostly Galbraith and Hamilton. Not nowhere where you guys have already planted stuff. Mostly Galbraith.
You know where I really want some flowers to be? Right by our North College Hill sign.
Oh yeah.
Of Cross County, just as you're entering in.
Yeah.
I did plant some bulbs in front of that when we did our thing, but I think they got ripped out when they ripped out the bushes.
Oh.
But that wall is bare.
Okay.
If you bring color and
And the
light
plant,
to it,
the planters above that.
yeah, it'll draw people's eyes there.
Yeah, and the concrete planters on top of them.
Yep.
Mary Jo, what can we plant during the spring that'll look good? Late spring, early summer.
You want to plant in the spring, or you want it to bloom in the spring?
Early spring. All of the above.
You're breaking up. I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
All of the above.
So if you wanted to bloom in the spring, it's now. You plant. Like if we're talking about bulbs, I mean, unless we're talking about annuals, which are a lot of work and a lot of money, not a lot of return on your investment. That's my
No.
personal opinion.
Agreed.
Honestly, I was just looking into that because we were trying to figure out what to plant in Wise Park, because we tend to put annuals in there, and I want to get us out of that. So I want to put some more bulbs into Wise Park so that we have less maintenance for our service crew.
Right.
Oh, like the sunflowers that you guys just so neglected.
Can you read my mind right now?
Okay. I can. Yeah, I'm channeling your energy. That was a joke. Okay.
Look outside.
Yeah.
The trees, the brown leaves, things die in the fall. That's how it works. I don't know what to tell you. Or if you're in
Once again, I love the sunflowers. I think they're
Erica's
beautiful.
house, you die, the plants die all year long. But for most people, they die in the fall.
Right.
Okay.
I keep thinking about the life
if
song, Circle of Life. Circle of Life.
It is.
Right. If you come across any books that are moderately priced, will you let us know? Because I will gladly see what we can,
Sorry. Oh,
as
my
far
goodness.
as I know, I can help plant bulbs all day. So will you also let me know when you guys are going to plant bulbs and if you need extra hands?
I sure will.
Cool. Awesome. So Tree City USA Taking Root Median Adoption Program. We were at the CIC meeting, our last CIC meeting, and some of the CIC members and a couple of the business, the chamber members that were there said that they would actually be interested in adopting some of the medians on Galbraith
Oh,
as far as landscaping goes.
oh, okay.
And so wanted to see if that was something that you guys wanted to do as far as adopting those out, like orphan children, and providing them a plaque or something. I mean, if they go in and do, a couple $100 worth of landscaping to them based on our parameters, I think but the least we could do is offer a plaque or a sign that says provided by blah blah blah.
That sounds like a great idea.
So, and I agree. I guess did you put any parameters around that when they say adopt? Do they mean like they have employees come and do the planting, or do they mean they donate $200 in the city and like the public works guys go and do the planting?
Either or, there were no
I'm looking for the labor part. Where does the labor part fall in?
Right. I would.
So what had happened was, ready? So this is the whole conversation in a nutshell. In a nutshell, one of the CIC members said, man, you guys really need to do landscaping on Galbraith. And I said, we don't have the money for it, basically, or the labor for it. And they were very surprised and taken aback about how lean we run the city as far as the budget goes. And so I say, hey, I bet you we could probably figure out some kind of program. You guys adopt it based on these parameters, and then we work on it from there. So as far as anything set in stone, no, it's just they wanted it done. And I said, we can't really afford it as far, I'm sorry, as far as labor goes and finances go, and they kind of stepped up to the plate themselves. So cool. So we would probably have to work on that. Of course, we don't reinvent the wheel. So maybe I will look into other communities to see if somebody has posted anything like this or a program like this, and then we can work from off of that, if that's cool.
Yep. Yep.
So, Ms. Bailey, while we were
Cool.
sitting here talking, I looked up bulbs. If you wanted to continue down the same path of the purple ones that are already out there, if you wanted to stay consistent with that, the place where I got them, they have 1,000 bulbs on sale for $244.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Are they purple?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same ones I put in the other island. Yeah. They do actually. They have another option of something called a bulk rainbow mixed tulips, and that's 1,000 for $30 less. So
Ooh, that would be cool.
$210.
That's 1,000 for how much?
210 for the rate.
Well, 211. It's 210.70.
Ooh.
Including shipping and handling.
Let me see.
Okay.
Wow. Maybe I'll get some and just plant a bunch of tulips around the house.
If you want to go down that route, I have
Your
a
whole
really,
yard, the whole
really
yard.
cool drill bit. So I bought two because when we bought these, I thought, who in the world's going to dig all those holes? So I bought drill bits. It's a drill bit that's this big around, and you go, zzz,
Wow.
you put the bulb down in, and you're done.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Split. So I have two of them. If you want to borrow them, you have more than one.
I'm kind of liking this idea. So, ooh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Stop.
So
Shipping is 0. Did you hear me? Free shipping.
What?
uh-huh.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the CIC and let them know that basically $450 would be 2,000 bulbs for Galbraith, and $244 will finish Hamilton with bulbs, right? And we will need volunteers and hands pretty soon, as in,
We had a system down because, I mean, so one person would drill the hole and one person was like on their hands and knees putting the bulbs in, and it went really quick because it was just like a assembly
Because
line.
it was just like an assembly line. Yeah.
cool.
And then everybody keeps asking, "Are we done yet? Are we done yet?" Nope, I still got another bag of.
Awesome.
Sorry. I am so sorry.
It's okay. We get it. Okay, so moving forward. Yeah. If I have updates about Tree City USA or Taking Root, I will forward those on. They're kind of just on here, just as like a placemaker to keep us aware of them, I guess.
Okay.
So next one is parks
Can I-
and
can I
outdoor
keep
spaces
that?
levy.
Because I think I got
Yes,
put on
ma'am.
some type of Tree City board, but I don't know what activities I have, like what are my responsibilities? Is that in that document that I haven't read?
Fingers crossed, maybe. This is what
Eric,
I'm gonna go back to.
coffee to you in a minute.
I know maybe. I know I don't want to drink coffee because after our meetings, I want to go to sleep.
Sorry, Amber, what were you saying?
Okay. I'm going to go back to that because I'm pretty sure we're still looking for an arborist too. So.
Has anyone reached out to the chiropractor up on Hamilton Avenue? Because I'm pretty sure he's an arborist.
To be honest, Mary Jo, I have no idea. This is on my star list of things to do, is to go through and get the tree board
I mean, we're already doing readings on that, right?
together. Pretty sure we just passed third reading Monday or last Monday. Yeah, about that.
I think the chiropractor's name is Dr. Haley.
Or did we?
I don't think we're at the third one yet.
Dr. Haley?
Haith with the F, Haley. I'm fairly confident that's his name.
Okay. Got you. Okay. I will definitely get that. I'll get that together. More information to follow, I guess. Okay. And so yeah. Our next one is parks and outdoor spaces levy. I know there's the L word, so
Well, that's kind of where I was going to tell you that we're going to probably run into a conflict between committees because we're probably going to have to do some kind of fire levy I think. And I can't imagine that we're going to be able to do two of them at the same time. I don't think that will go over well at all.
Well, this is the way that I see it as far as levy. Huh?
I said where people will pick the cheaper one of the two. Would you like the phone number to that chiropractor?
Yes, ma'am.
931.
Hold on, we're having a. Okay, maybe crisis averted. 513.
931
Uh-huh.
7325.
Okay. My kid just stormed out the front door with a Nerf gun. So this could get a little rocky in a few minutes, just so you guys know. Okay. Cool. So I will reach out to them and see if that is something that they are interested in. And not only being a part of it, but maybe being the organizer for the beginning of it. Yeah. Cool. So back to a levy. Like, I know we're going to have to do a fire levy. And that's going to be basically just to sustain the services that we have. I just feel like that. I don't think it's, how much is it to put it on during a general election? Mary Jo, do you remember the levy cost? So I think that
General election is close to nothing. I'll
yeah,
say $200
right.
compared
So,
to the special election.
So I think that what we should do is we should look at, so I put in the millage for my house, just so you guys know. If we did like one meal, I'm looking at $56 a year for parks. And based off of roughly what, 8,000 or 128,000. The reason I say this is because every time like you ask the question, what would you change about North College Hill? People are quick to say the parks. So for $200, I say we take it to the people and let them vote on, yes, they want to do this, or no, they don't. I say we look at a small levy, like one meal, half a meal, something like that, and let the people vote, yes, they want this, or no, they don't. And in that case, the money is, I don't know if it should be overseen by the rec commission or if we should have a board of directors for it to see parks being redone and not salaries of recreation employees, but literally like our parks and green spaces being redone at a small fraction of a levy. Nothing like big.
So I'll tell you my knee-jerk reaction to this. And it's not always the best reaction, so I want to preface my whole comment that way. Kind of along the lines of where you're going is the whole salary thing getting used by the parks. Like, I would need, before I would support this, I would need a plan to see where park money was going for a park. I don't want, and I know there's different opinions of this, but I don't want to hear that street levy money is going to all the public works salaries when they're not always working on streets. I'm sorry.
Right.
I cannot stand that. It is my biggest pet peeve with the budget. I really can't stand it.
Right. So
if that would happen,
basically
I wouldn't support it.
So I guess like the simplest way to do that, honestly, is in the levy like announcement and what's on the ballot. We legit put capital improvements for North College Hill parks, or and not like if we don't mention salaries, it cannot be used on salaries at all.
I don't know that I agree with that because I bet the
It's
street levy doesn't include the word salaries in it.
but they're paid from the street fund, and I been language definitely says salaries. I know that police does. Street levy. Did we? I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know
When's that up?
if I have a copy of what was on that.
Do you
Right.
know when that's up?
When what?
The street levy.
Oh, I have no idea. I ask questions and sometimes I get answers and sometimes I don't. It's, I, that's not something I've been, I haven't been harping about that yet, but I will. It's coming.
Sometimes that stuff is listed on the auditor's website. Let me look if I can see it on my phone real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the Board of Elections because it should be on there too, exactly what the ballot language was. We don't even know when that passed, do we?
No, and it's not broken out that far on the auditor's website. Not that much detail.
And of course, if you Google it, you get stuff. Okay, hold on. City of North College Hill. But when did this? So it says on Ballotpedia, it definitely says that it's like, but it doesn't say the date. It doesn't say the date, but it's on Ballotpedia for whatever reason.
So I just sent an email and I copied this committee to the
Okay.
finance director and the city administrator to see if they can find out when that expires.
Awesome.
Because if we have to put that on the ballot, we better start working on that. If that's on the ballot.
Right.
Eric, I can see the joy on your face just talking about it. But you're muted. So you can say whatever you want. We can't hear you.
Okay, so being that this would not be salaries for anyone and just for updating and improving the parks, how do you guys feel about it that way?
You know, Amber, I think that it would be great if it were actually used for updating and improving the parks. But my concern is that, you know, we have something that says that a person can spend up to $49,000 without permission, and I don't know.
So maybe we say all spending needs to be approved by a volunteer park board.
Yeah.
I mean, just because we would be the brainchild of this doesn't mean that it would last perpetually. Like the next council might not see it the same way we do, and
That's
yet
very true.
the citizens would still be paying that same amount of money and not getting what they initially thought they were getting because
Right.
the new group has a different mindset.
Exactly.
So if we don't put it all into the ballot, then shame on us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed. Okay.
So maybe we toss around the idea of what kind of criteria we would like in this. I mean, if it's something that we're going to go forward with, we should have some bullet points. And then I think send them to Mr. Dieters and have him write it up. But we have to look at the bigger picture to know if any other levies will be on the ballot at the same time. Right?
Oh, I
Right.
think they all will. I think that, well, I would say that there's definitely going to be a fire levy for sure. And I think that there is probably, police isn't up for renewal. I don't think, is it?
No. Nope.
Okay.
I think that one might only be
And
2
then-
years old. Isn't it? You remember?
Well, it was before my time.
I'll have to take a look to see what the age of that is. I'm not really sure.
Sorry to interrupt. We have a Lurie Blythe as an attendee with a hand up.
Okay.
I can allow her to talk, but it says she's using a older version of Zoom and she would have to be promoted to a panelist. But after she's done talking, we can just put her back as an attendee. That's okay.
Yeah, I think that that's fine. I think that I've either talked to Miss Blythe before or, yeah, definitely.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
You can't take these outside. Room now.
Hi, Miss Blythe. I cannot hear you.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Hi, there we go.
I just had a question. This is my first time watching the meeting. What is the history of the upcoming park levy?
Miss Blythe, can you turn down your computer audio just a little bit? Because we're getting
Is that what it was?
I think
Feedback?
we're getting, is anybody else? Yeah, a lot of feedback. So Miss Blythe, if you'll turn down your computer audio just a little bit, and then ask us, I guess, then we will put it back on mute maybe. I don't know how that works. Stephen, any suggestions on feedback versus?
Yes, it sounds like, yeah, her computer audio is just, is a little too loud.
Oh, okay. I'll turn it off. Is that better?
It's still got a little feedback, but it is getting better.
Is that better?
That sounds better, yes.
Okay. I was just curious as to what is the history of the park levy that you're getting ready to initiate, and what is it for? This is my first time coming to your
Okay, Miss Blythe, if you will mute yourself right quick. So, for the park levy, right? Thumbs up. Yeah, that's what you asked about. Okay, cool. So, right now there is no history behind the behind a park levy at all. It's basically me personally speaking. Every time that I ask, what would you change about North College Hill or any and all of the above, it seems that people really want to see better parks and better green spaces in North College Hill. But we are a very, very, very cash strapped city. And so what the proposed usage of this would be, if we did have a levy, would be to improve our current parks, maybe acquire new green space, and just the general upkeep of playground equipment slash, and then well, like for me, one part of it, if it passed, would be to get like shade at Dumley Park because there is no shade up there. So it would be like shade structures, just stuff like that. It wouldn't be anything other than that in my mind, like not salaries, no like programming or anything like that, because we just need to worry about our parks and green spaces as they are now. But as far as the history, there is no history. It's just something that I guess I'm bringing to the table. Okay. Miss Blythe? Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Okay, we're
Did I
at 7:25, Amber. Are you going?
Right. So I am good. Let's do this. Will you guys send me over your bullet points you think this would look like as far as uses, good uses? And then, of course, we will reconvene this at our next meeting. And then in the meantime, I will find some model legislation as far as a part-time, a volunteer parks and, I call it parks and beautification.
Okay.
We could call it parks and green spaces, because I feel like if we use the word recreation, it's going to draw people toward like recreational programming, and that's not what we're trying to do. So, okay, cool. So I will find some of that and send that over to you guys as well.
Right.
And hopefully we will have something by our next meeting of like a good basis of what we're standing on.
Okay.
Other than that, real quick, old business, I have no speed bumps updates at all. I will reach out to Mr. Dieter and see, I believe it was sent to Mr. Dieter's follow-up as far as policy goes. Yeah, no, maybe.
Was, yeah.
All right. Dog park, I have no updates on this other than we need a dog park because my dog is driving me crazy. Y'all, he ate all of my house plants. He destroyed them. Destroyed. I cried. All right. And then the park plan was part of old business. You guys have that now.
Okay.
As prepared by Mr. Mosby. I do believe that there was follow-up questions to this. There was follow-up questions, yeah, but I cannot remember they were. If you will send them to me, I will try my best to get them answered.
Okay.
And right quick, is there any more old business as far as this committee goes to add on the agenda? That you guys
I'm
Can-
writing my notes. Sorry.
think of. You're good. What?
Oh, there's another Mary
Did you
Jo's
change your
order.
hair? Right. Awesome.
Oh, you
Okay.
can't hear us?
No,
Uh-oh.
you're gonna have to leave. Oh, I'll text you. I guess. I'm on my cell phone. Tracy, let me text her. Like I leave meeting
Got
and
her.
y'all
come
hear me?
back.
I got her.
Yes.
Okay. No.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
cannot hear you at all. Probably because I'm Mary Jo. I need my own link. Let me look back
Mhm, you
my
have to
email.
leave the meeting.
again for the 18th time. When was that sent?
let me see.
Somebody to text because she can't hear us. Remember?
Wait a minute, hold on. Trying to get my email to come up.
She can't hear us.
Oh.
Real quick, are y'all cool to adjourn city and community development and recreation?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Oh, Miss Blythe, if you want to stay for the next meeting, just stay there logged in and the screen will go away for a second and then it'll come back and you'll be in the next meeting.
Actually, the screen doesn't go away. They just do committee meetings now, like a general committee meetings for both committee meetings.
Oh, I thought he put up another splash screen. My bad.
No. Like when we changed the format, they stopped doing it.
Guys, I'm still here. I just had my video turned off for a second while I change gears for a moment.
Okay.
Can someone say something?
Aye.
Aye.
No. 10-8. Let me go back.
Yep, October 8th.
I don't have it.
Probably wasn't sent to her. Steven, can you
Yeah.
send her a link?
Maybe I'm a liar.
A link to the webinar.
Yes.
Yeah, let me,
Who would it, is it, does it say ICRC or it generally it's from somebody
ICRC,
yeah, that should be the link.
on
then.
the 8th, correct?
yes.
Wait, Tracy, can you hear Erica?
Tracy, can you hear me? No, she can't hear
No.
me.
Apparently, but it sounded like she was answering questions, like she, you know what I'm saying, like asking questions to what you. Yeah, sorry, you know. So, quick question, real quick, Mary Jo and Stephen. I guess this is for you guys. Is this? Do they not have their own links because I don't like ask for them beforehand? Like,
Stephen, I just told her you were sending her a
It's not
link.
in my spam either.
I do not have her email. If I could get that real quick.
It is, oh, let's see what it is.
NICHOLS at northcollegehill.org.
I'm sorry, I had to grab a pencil. What was it again?
TNICHOLS.
PH.
I'm sorry. Where are you?
You said TNIPH.
Her name is Tracy Nichols.
Okay, so
So TNICHOLS.
CCHOLS. And then at what?
northcollegehill.org.
I mean, it should be like it's gonna be the same link that she's using to be in this meeting right now, is what I'm worried about. Because I don't think it would be a different link.
I thought we all had like individual personalized links.
I didn't get it. I checked all of it.
So, in the meantime, we have all three members present of Finance, Budget and Finance Committee. I owe you guys the minutes again, but we have alleviated that problem for the most part. And you have the agenda in front of you. Do we have any additions or corrections?
Has it been sent yet? I can't hear you. If he responds, can somebody tell me?
Yeah, I'm sending her the email right now.
Sending it to you now.
Check my account.
To her email that I got.
Yeah, it's not there. Okay.
Okay.
Are you starting the meeting?
Yeah, I'm just trying to wait for just a moment. And sorry. Again, I do have a 5-year-old who likes to be chatty Cathy sometimes. No offense to all the Cathys out there. So you have the agenda in front of you guys. Everybody cool with it? Any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question. Did
Yes,
we
ma'am.
actually get the detailed budget? Because I don't remember getting that.
We did get the detailed budget. We got 2 budgets in the same day, which became a little confusing. So
Was it-
I am going,
I'm sorry.
yes, ma'am. What I'm going to do right quick though is I am going to email you the one. I am going to share it via Google Sheets. Is that cool with you? So that way you can edit it and or print it, or but it is the one
Even
that
she's
is.
getting an error message. It says the server encountered an internal error and was unable to process your request. Error code 3000.
Can she try the first link when she first came to this meeting? Just try that one again. The problem, I just don't understand why she wouldn't be able to hear us is the problem.
I can tell you what the problem was on my end when I couldn't hear you.
What
Yeah.
was it?
I had my dang speaker turned off.
Ah,
It could be that.
that'll do it.
100% user error. It may be that way on her end, just the same way.
Okay.
But she can't hear us though.
Okay. All right. She's coming back in now. So let's see if we can't figure out why she can't hear us.
Erica, can you check your email to see if that will pull up the budget for you?
Okay.
I can't hear you, Tracy.
I can't hear you. Can you?
So when you join a Zoom meeting, it should ask you to join your audio to the computer, and then you have the ability to test your microphone and your speaker. There you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Unmute yourself. Mute. 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 Unmute yourself. Okay. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'll see if it'll. I don't know what it is. Let's do this. I'll just pretend like I can hear you. No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I'll pretend like I can hear you. And if
You
you
can't
have any
hear
questions
anybody.
to me, I can just, somebody can just text me. It is. Wait, let me see.
If she goes to, I don't know if she's on a Mac or PC, but if you go into Zoom preferences, you can
Okay.
change what the speaker is. So she might not be in the built-in output speakers for her computer.
Oh, okay. I see.
But yeah, so on a Mac,
Let me look in here. Okay.
I think for a PC it would be at the bottom right in your audio settings.
I think I got it. We're good. I can hear you now.
Awesome.
Okay, yay. All right.
Yay. I'm sorry. Good night.
There we go.
Now I'll go on mute.
All right.
All right, now none of us say anything and she'll think she can't hear us again.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
All right, can we?
Yeah, I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay, Erica, real quick. I sent you over the budget via Google Sheets. Will you check to see if you have it?
I'm trying to open it right now.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
Did get it? Yeah.
It was just asking me for my password. It's, yeah, I did
Okay.
get it. I got it.
Okay. Okay. So, I know that Mary Jo and I actually met, I don't know, I guess a week and a half ago. Mary Jo, yeah, a week and a half ago, probably. To go over some of these. We did have some questions as far as the budget goes. I have not gotten an answer from them just yet. Ron did call me to answer some of them, mostly the ones that he had responded back to us about, but we did have a few questions, and I think that some of them also true were that we were working off of a different budget. I don't even know where to start on this.
So I will tell you, I'm confused. I have.
I mean, as
one
far
copy
as
of the budget that came to me, and that was from Ms. Hall on like 9/11. I hear you mentioning 2 copies, and I don't have 2 copies. I have 1 copy.
So if you'll remember, we started looking at it, and one of our budget highlights did not match Tracy's.
Right?
Okay. So 2021 proposed budget, let's see here. I believe that there was another one sent out the same day. That was a little different, but let me see. So late in the day. Oh. Went out Monday, September 14th at 3:16 in the afternoon. Forward.
I'm sorry, Miss Bailey. Did you receive another one after that? Or was that the last one?
No, one that you have, Miss Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last one that I received, but I'm forwarding that one now to Mary Jo because I don't know.
Yeah, I really think this is when we start getting into trouble as a council, is we have 49,000 versions of the budget, and it gets very confusing as to which one we're talking about.
Right, that's why I didn't bring mine because I didn't know what you
Right.
guys. That's why I asked that question as well, where you sent another one.
Yes, because what it was is the first one that we got said in, I believe it was general fund. I believe that's where it was, is that they were cutting 2 positions. But really, in the latest one that she sent us, it said tax department increase due to spreading out some of the accounts receivable salary for tax duties. So the one that we were working off of, Mary Jo, said that they were cutting the 2 positions, but in reality, she had resent us one that said that there would be a little bit of an increase.
Okay. So
that is the one that I have sent
let me
Erica and Mary Jo as of.
I'm sorry, Miss Bailey. I just would like to say this because I don't know if this is the right time or the appropriate time, but I think that it's necessary. I do think that it's appropriate and it's necessary. After some time and some of the things that have gone on, I think it's important. And I talked to Mr. Mosby and I also talked to Ms. Hall about this. There are some things that are being done and some activities that take place that, I'm sorry, the finance clerk or the tax clerk should not be responsible for. And so for me talking with Ms. Hall, it's very important. We need to move into a different position where we need somebody for HR with the handling, because as you all should know, and I'm sure you're aware of, all of your departments may have an HR and they deal with, insurance, money going in and out. So it was important for me when I talked to Ms. Hall, listen, we need somebody who handles the HR part because we don't want anything falling back on us where somebody was supposed to have a particular type of insurance policy, they did not have it or wasn't put in correctly. And I think in the past, maybe it had been slated or set out there that the city administrator does it. I just found from my observation that it's important. So that's where one of those positions will be handling the HR part. It's important that we keep separate files. I mean, we all know this. So that's part of those 2 positions. One of those people will work primarily with the HR part. And it's already in a budget for this year. So I don't know if what you're looking at, the 2 positions, because if you recall, we had 2 people in that department already. One just resigned. So that position wasn't filled.
So wait, though, are you saying that the HR person is already budgeted for now? Because I see that
it wasn't budgeted as an HR person. The title was different.
Okay.
It was the tax clerk and the finance clerk.
Okay, so then, but that doesn't, now dang it. Okay, so on our postings, we have a AR specialist and a fiscal specialist. Okay, finance and human resources. Which one of these are going to be the hiring process? Okay, so your fiscal specialist is going to be human resource.
Most more than likely. I didn't, I'll be honest, I did not read the complete title of the positions where Ms. Hall separated the job duties.
Okay, yeah, I have assisted in the hiring process by coordinating job postings, organizing resumes, applications. Well, this is just, but yeah, okay, so fiscal specialist to be like our human resources. This looks like a good amount of job duty. Okay, cool.
No, we have to like put.
So, and like I said, if you recall, we did have two ladies in those positions this year. It was Scarlett and it was Stephanie. So.
Yes,
So
for
those
sure.
positions
And to
still
be
were
honest,
there. I'm
and
not
we have them in our we left them in our wage ordinance. However, so this is one thing that is a budgetary concern across the board when it comes to salaries, is that our wage ordinance says one thing, but the postings are being done at a much higher rate. So I don't know where the breakdown in communication is. And I know that we haven't passed our wage ordinance, but since we started talking about our wage ordinance, the second person in like the finance department, they were slated at $16.05 an hour. And then the posting is for $18.62 an hour. So, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but we're just trying to figure out if, how we're, because like even offer letters that like we'll say mayor's assistant, our administrative assistant, I'm sorry, even her offer letter was much higher, not much higher, but I'm pretty sure even like that rate was higher than what was on the salary ordinance. And so personally, and I know that I'm not trying to be like petty or anything, but it's kind of a slap in the face because Ordinance 6 in its truest form has driven me up the wall and down the wall, and I have tried multiple different times to get it correct. And so for me to get it correct and get it done and then turn right around and everything that I've done doesn't count because the wages are being set much higher than what we've got done and approved, it's really disheartening.
Okay. I do know that.
Like trying to be mean. Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes sense. Scarlett was paid at a higher rate. Hers was 19 and some
Yes,
change.
that's the 19. That is your fiscal specialist. That does match at $19.62 an hour.
Right. So
okay.
The other employee, I'm sorry, I don't want to use your name. The other employee, her employment agreement said that she was at 15. Do you want the exact dollar amount? If you do, I need a minute to go back through my email.
It's 15 something though.
Did
like
I
1
send
5?
it to you?
What we have is we have $16.05.
Is that what's on the budget?
That's not what the
now?
offer letter said.
I'm sorry, Ms. Zorb.
I don't believe that the number that Ms. Bailey just provided, I don't believe is the same as the offer letter.
Okay.
No, the posting is for $18.62 an hour.
I want to give you the correct amount from her letter.
Okay.
I have to go through and put it in admin because that's what it came up as. Jeez. Okay, so that's all of that.
The offer letter says $19.37.
Is that for, who is that for?
Do you want a name or do you want a position?
Position.
Administrative assistant.
Please.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about her.
Amendment.
Miss Bailey, are you talking about her? Because she has nothing to do with the finance
No,
and
no,
tax
I'm
office.
not. I'm in, right, in this instance, no, okay, time out. So our admin, that is just the first example of, I am speaking about the accounts receivable specialist, that one specifically. However, our administrative assistant, who should probably change administrative assistant, that one in essence too, that offer letter was way high what we were paying our previous mayor's assistant. So that is the first example of
Okay, so
what we've done
I
being
just
like, if
I just got. So are we talking about, okay, because we went back to something different. I was under the impression we were talking about at one particular point, the finance and the tax. And then I hear
we are
the
we are
administrative
but
assistant. So
no
if
we are
okay, I just want to be clear because then when we
I
go
apologize.
on
no we are
and
no
there's
they're
Okay,
both
I have a question.
Mhm.
Should we be talking about this like in a regular meeting, or should this be like in executive session or whatever it's called?
The two positions
This
that aren't
should
filled,
probably be an
session.
executive session.
the two positions that are not filled could be talked out in the open.
I'm sorry, two
Right.
positions that what?
That are not filled. There's not a human
That
assistant
have
to them. They could be talked about in the open.
Okay, so you have two
Yes.
positions
So
that are
basically
being interviewed for. And in order to, well, I'm sorry, ladies, what it boils down to is that we need to have the right people in the right positions in order for things to function correctly, in order for things to be done appropriately. I'm not saying that it's not been, but I've seen some things that's been a little lackadaisy. So when you have someone who's not familiar with HR, when you have somebody who's not familiar with insurance and they're trying to handling that potentially could be an issue for the city. And that's how we got to this with the two positions. And
yeah, so we're completely in agreement on having the two positions completely. I think what it is for us is that I guess a heads up would be nice of what they're going to try to start their salaries out, because again, like for your second position that's posted right now, we have that being paid at $16.05 an hour. And it is
Okay,
currently
and,
posted for $18.62 an hour.
that's so one is for 18, one is for 19.
Yes. So your fiscal specialist, that one that like centers around HR, that's all fine and dandy. Those numbers match completely 100%. Okay. It's the second one, the
So which is like
accounts
a $2
receivable specialist.
How much is that again? I'm sorry.
$16.05 is what we have on paper, $16.05. What it's posted for is, I just had it, is $18.62 an hour.
So you're not in agreement with paying an extra $2 and some change?
We haven't even made it that far. It's still just hey, we worked through this wage ordinance, and you've been on these 100 times. We've worked through this wage ordinance 100 times, and finally, when we think that we have it right, a posting comes out with $2.50 some odd cents more. I guess it's just the breakdown of, hey, just let us know. Because now I don't know if I can get it amended on the council
So do
floor.
you not
Does
think
that
the
make
fact
sense?
that it was, so you're saying that you didn't know that she was going to ask for that dollar amount because you set the salary.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We can
16.05.
suggest.
We
You
set it
the
at
salary,
$16.
but you can come back and say, right, but you can come back and say, because all this is, okay, this is what we're saying that we might potentially want to pay a person. And then keep in mind that the only difference is that $2, because again, the former employee was already at that $19 rate. The other employee who was still there was at that $16 rate. So we're just asking for a $2 pay increase. Either you're going to pay the pay increase or not. That's what it boils down to, because those two positions were already there. We did not fill the position once the other person left. When the one person left, the other person that was in the office took on those duties, some of those duties. So,
Right, but what I'm saying is though, is that if we set the parameters of the salary and it's on paper that this is the parameters of the salary, it's not fair to us to put in this amount of work for somebody to be hired at even a $2 increase. I have no problems with a $2 increase by any means. I'm just saying that the means of communication between the two.
so I guess what we need to establish then is that I see that it's set, and I get what you're saying, it's set at $16. I'm just gonna say $16. And honestly, I don't believe, I get what you're saying. Nothing was offered, but
you don't want
I
to
get-
interview under the wrong pretenses either, you know?
right, you don't want to interview under the wrong precinct, but I guess
Who did the
because
posting?
of the Ms. Hall did the posting.
Okay.
Ms. Hall did the posting.
My phone
did
is
the posting.
charging. That's
And
why
actually,
it's sideways.
And actually, I can't speak for her, but I'm going to say not until I ask them to pull the agreement. I don't know that she, and I don't want to say that this is true, so don't say that it's true. I didn't know if she knew that was the dollar amount for that other position, the second position.
I guess I think what needs to happen, and this is just a suggestion. I don't know if it's ever happened before, but maybe what needs to happen is that when we do that work session for the budget where we sit down and go line by line, we all need to sit down together instead of like council and then come back. And why don't we all just sit down together and see if we can't figure it out together? Can we do that?
I don't have a problem with that, but Ms. Underwood, I think, I don't mean to put words into Ms. Bailey's mouth, but I think her whole point is that we did that and we established a salary ordinance and then it wasn't abided by.
I know, but
And
no,
that's
but
I'll say this.
we didn't all get together is what I'm saying, because when we had that meeting.
The one from last year is still in effect, so we
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't there for that.
I won't,
Okay.
I won't say, I mean, because it sounds like when you said that it wasn't abided by, that the implication is that Ms. Hall or whomever just looked at it and said, well, we don't care what they said, which wasn't the fact. That wasn't the intention either.
I meant no malicious terms by that statement whatsoever. So please don't imply that. I just mean, everyone knows there's a salary ordinance, right? It's
Correct.
common knowledge. If you work in the government, there's a salary ordinance, and I don't even know who made it. So I'm certainly not casting any aspersions on anyone. I'm just saying the salary ordinance was in existence and it does not comply with what that job posting is.
And I think because the job titles were changing, I think that's probably what it is, because those job titles are not the same as what was in that salary ordinance. So that could have been where some of the confusion or some of the salary changes came into play, because some of those the titles changed. So, sometimes when you change a title, you say, well, maybe it should be an increase over here. And in all honesty, I think that's what happened when Ms. Hall said, well, if we call them this, because if I say, well, if a person, 5% of that work is tax work. So my whole issue was, why do we have a tax analyst when we're paying Rita all this money to do it? So why do we have anybody even doing any taxes when we're saying that we're shipping it all out over here to Rita? That
Okay.
was one of my concerns. And I think with the job title change, that's where the increase came in.
Okay, I have a question, and I maybe, okay, I understand like the past. I just know that we have this huge meeting, right, where we figured out the budget earlier this year, and can we all just get together this time, like just and figure it out together? That's all I'm asking. Like everybody, Ms. Hall, Ms. Nichols, Mayor Nichols, and all of the council, like all of us, including the president, like all of us together at that 4-hour thing. And then we can all, you know, we can hash out and figure it out together. Can we do that?
So I have two comments to make. That thing is called Committee of the Whole. And the
Hello?
other thing is, I know as painful as it feels, that was last year.
You got that.
Because that would have been last year's budget.
I know, but I
Yeah,
thought
we
it was
have
like
it.
at the beginning of this year that we did that. I'm pretty
we,
sure.
We did.
No,
we
because it
did
has to
from
be approved
no,
by the beginning of the year.
no,
No,
Mary Jo.
no.
We went from temporary to full. We did do it to be.
All right.
Yeah, it was
We did
late
it in March.
because
Yeah,
I was sworn
we
in
did.
December. Yeah, it was
All right.
it was late.
Yeah, we did it.
It was painful.
We did do that.
It was painful.
Oh,
It was painful.
Painful every year.
Erica, that
I
and
know.
that,
I
Erica,
got you.
that
But
was an easy one. That was an
Okay.
easy one. I
Okay.
promise.
I hate that you're saying that to me right now
That
too.
was an
That
easy
was an easy one. I don't like that. I'm just, I don't want to talk about this now, and then we have to have another 4-hour meeting later. That's my real point.
All right,
That's
so let's move down the agenda and we'll talk
yes.
about a committee of the whole.
Can I ask one more question while we're there? If when you say the title that's on there, because I don't have the document that you ladies have, is it the
Mayor
finance?
Nichols, no. What I want us to do.
This is what I'm going to do. Time out. I'm going to send out an email that has the correct budget in it. Good day. I'm free anytime. And we're all going. Okay. I'm going to send out one email to everyone with the correct budget on it. Right. And
Can I ask that you
dates
please
and
talk to
times
Ms.
for
Hall?
committee of the whole. I am going to, I assure you. And it
Thank
will
you.
be the copy, the only copy that we have, period. It will be the one. Cool?
And Mayor Nichols, you will come to that meeting and we will figure this all out together, right?
Negative.
Yes.
Lies.
No negative. No.
Hey, I'm
No.
trying to stay positive, but it don't matter what I say. Y'all gonna change it to what you want to anyway.
It's not. No, we're not. We're gonna get along. That's
We're gonna
what's
work
gonna happen.
together.
Huh?
I was just gonna share the document that I had for that position, the dollar amount, if that made any difference, but it doesn't.
We're all going to work together and get along. That's what's gonna happen. We're all gonna get along. We
Yes,
are gonna
we
do something different. Government is going to work for a change. How about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Cash me
We are
outside.
all gonna get along. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Catch
so.
you outside, honey.
What? Oh,
Said catch me outside. I don't have a problem. I'll stay ready. You catch me outside.
How about that?
it's 11.
But I agree with Miss
There we go.
Underwood.
That
Why Miss Bailey trying to catch me outside? I'm never scared, honey.
Okay, listen. I'm just
Sorry.
saying.
When somebody says "how about that," like it's an immediate like. Does
No,
that make sense? Like
I
okay,
don't know. I just know that I want us to all have one meeting together, and I want us to all figure it out together. I don't want to have a bunch of meetings about this. I don't want to do that. I don't even like this kind of stuff. I really don't.
All right, we
But
got 15
it's
minutes
okay.
left. Can we move on?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. 2021 goals
No,
for us.
no, no. I think that should be a part of that committee of the whole meeting. I do.
I think that we're gonna ask every committee, all of us. And I know that one thing that's gonna come out of this committee is our surplus number. How much do we want to have at the end of the year?
Ugh.
Hindsight's a great gift, I promise. What did we set it at this year? 200,000?
I got the number 112 somewhere in my memory, but I can't support
Cool.
it with any documentation right now.
Cool. And then I know another goal is no cleanup ordinance at the end of the year for next year. Yeah,
Do what? That's a goal?
yeah,
I'll buy-
no
I'll buy
cleanup
you a
ordinance.
cake.
It was last year.
It was last year, no cleanup ordinance, and I think we're gonna have one anyways. So,
I hope we don't need everybody's vote.
right.
She said with her arms crossed.
So that, see? She said,
She
so
already
there we go.
forgot that
There's
everybody's
two
gonna get a
goals for
long
us.
comment.
right, right. She just said, "Catch me outside," is what she said.
Who said catch me outside?
Okay, cool. So,
Say that.
I'm ready.
Erica with her arms crossed.
Said catch me outside.
Okay.
Mary Jo didn't say anything.
Cool. So, that, I mean, I have 112 down, and of course that'll change, but no cleanup ordinance for 2021. That's a goal. You know what I'm saying? So, moving forward right quick, we have independent contractors / business licenses. We can create legislation that all independent contractors, those who file 1099s, have to register within the city. And by register, the registration fee can be $5 or $1. This is not for revenue purposes. This is for bookkeeping and tax purposes. Is this something that we want to explore or no?
Say that to me again.
The thought behind, okay, so we can create a system to where independent contractors, i.e. general contractors, landscapers, barbers, whoever files a 1099 has to register in order to do business in our city. The registration would not be for tax purposes by any means. It just creates a paper trail of independent contractors.
How enforceable is it? Who's going to enforce it? So if I see a landscaper show up at my neighbor's house and they're cutting the grass, am I gonna run over and say, "Did you pay your $5?" Like, you know what I mean?
You're going to ask for their badge, right?
Number and having the police show up. Like, what is the enforcement level to that, right? I understand
I
where you're
agree.
going, but I think there needs to be a whole lot more meat to that discussion.
Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. Is it something that we even want to explore? Like, do you want me to look at other communities and see what's done, or do we not want to deal with it at all? That's the question.
I think we would need Ms. Hall to answer some tax type questions before we delve into that. Because I don't know the answer to this question, but if I'm a landscaper and I only work in North College Hill for 2 hours a week, do I have to file a 1099 for that city for that 2 hours? Like is there a cutoff that you don't have to?
The jump thing that you can jump,
I don't know that.
the jump thing that you get on.
Okay.
You know that?
So,
The thing, like, not
no, but that, see, so that's,
your thing. I might do a
okay.
front flip.
How much business do they have to do there?
Flip, back flip,
I would say what's the,
flip, cartwheel, do whatever they want.
Okay. So that's what I'll do is I will gather some bullet point and information about this to see on both enforcements. Because I would say that what happens if somebody's soliciting or peddling here? What's the enforcement on that? I would say it would have to be the same or close to it. I mean, okay. The second half of that is business licenses. Like, basically, businesses, and this also came from discussions in the CIC, paying like I don't know, a $5 fee every year to do business in the city of North College Hill. But that just helps us establish what businesses we have here, who's running them, who the person in charge is, just in case there are any problems. Then we have a paper trail to go back to say, hey, you're the statutory agent, blah, blah, blah.
I thought businesses already had to register. They don't?
No, they don't. So what the last conversation was, it was misrepresented. Businesses do not have to register to do business here. They were talking about the business permits as far as building and zoning goes. So again, this is not,
because we have a predominance of beauty salons. If I own a salon, right? And I rent out a chair to Erica, and I rent out a chair to Tracy, and I rent out a chair to Amber. Do all three of you have to pay the $5 or just me?
depends on what our independent contractors clause says.
I'm with you now.
Right. That's the independent contractors.
I got you.
Okay. And again, the revenue from this is going to be super small. I don't care if it's $1, $5, $25. It doesn't matter. It's about establishing those lines.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a lot of bureaucracy to me.
Okay.
Good thing we're hiring 2 more people.
Well, again, a lot of bureaucracy, lots of extra paper, and we already don't have a good way to keep up with the paper that we already have. So I'm not a fan of more paper and more permits. I'm just not a fan. And since we have 5 people, 6, we're slow on votes, but it's okay. Throw it out on the floor. Let's see what happens.
Well, the other thing I really don't want to get into is I don't want.
Well, are you? I'm gonna.
Kind of the bucket we're starting to go down now.
Right. I don't either.
I'm sorry,
But the thing is, though, is like, how do you guys feel about that?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Ms.
That
Zorb
we're
said,
nickel
and
and
then-
diming people.
That we're nickel.
I'm just one person.
Miss Zorb was.
I'm one person, and obviously I'm just one person. So, this that's my 2 cents.
I'm sorry, Ms. Zorb, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I don't want to get to the point where the citizens feel like we're nickel and diming them to death.
Okay.
$5 fee for this and a $5 fee for that, and it just gets aggravating, and that to some extent that's going to make businesses want to leave, because they don't want to have to keep up with the paperwork either. Let's face it, we don't and they don't. So
right. But on the other tip, though, we have some independent contractors that make a hefty amount of money in North College Hill and do not claim it at all.
They do.
So they come here, they use our streets,
Seriously.
they use our services, when we need the police, but they're not paying taxes on their income.
I know a couple of them that hire their employees as contractors. And one of them does it, they do it with teenagers. So,
Right.
Where's your ball?
So yeah, I don't want them to feel like we're nickel and diming them to death either, but I feel like that they're a strain on some of our services just like the rest of us.
unfortunately, some of the good
So-
ones have to pay because of the the bad. So,
Go. Dude, stop. I'm gonna need you to stop. Seriously.
So I will research that.
can I ask you ladies a question?
Send you guys what?
Because there's been
Uh-huh.
some conversation and we've gotten some issues with the way vendors license are working. It doesn't have to be today. We've just been trying to figure out how we want to do with the vendor's license because we have, you can do a yard sale from your house. You get one free, or then it's $5 per yard sale after that, or something along
Mhm.
those lines.
You charge for yard sales?
Yeah.
It's for years.
Oh, of course.
The first one is free.
Mhm.
Then the next one is $5. And I believe the next one is 10.
Oh, let me guess. We've always done it that way.
As far as I know of.
So we have
A perpetual yard
we don't
sale?
have anything set in stone for vendor's license and how we want to charge for those. I don't know.
Do we really want to charge people to make $15 selling their old junk out of their garage in their front yard?
So Erica,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that around the corner from me, someone has a perpetual yard sale. There's always, every day of the week for the past several months, stuff in their yard that says for sale.
Anything good?
It's still sitting there. That answers your
Okay.
question.
Fair enough.
So I guess that may have been the initiator for the fee to begin with. And
Right.
this person doesn't promote it as a yard sale. There's just stuff for free. So they're kind of skirting the system that way, I guess.
Oh,
But it would be annoying if you were that person's neighbor and you saw crap out in the yard all
every
year.
day. Yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that.
I wouldn't care, but
I could
Drive
see how
by
it would be.
You would.
Right, because
I
anything
do, and I
after
don't
your
drive by it
first,
often.
I mean,
Okay.
really though, anything after your first yard sale is more of like a business than it is a yard sale. I feel like in the first one's free. So
You look at it that way, because for me, it's just, I'll be honest, I don't have a yard sale. When Cheviot has their yard sale, I take my crap over to my sister's house. I'll sell it over there. They have a big yard sale every year. So I just put it out in the car and go over there. So I don't really have yard sales here because I don't live like right off the street. Who wants to go back up? That's just how I think. So I don't think it's a business. I think it's just a way of me of getting rid of my stuff so I can go buy something else. So it's not like, because I sell it and
Right.
then I go spend it.
right, but like,
Come on, Amber,
Well,
you
I
are
know
just
that
like
feeling.
you're a thrift queen. So I don't even know why you even having this conversation trying to make it a big deal for somebody else who wants to get rid of their junk.
no, not at all. Because here's the deal. No, man, here's the deal. If I open a perpetual yard sale in my garage, then I feel like the first one is free because, I'm just trying to get rid of my junk to buy more junk. But if it's like every Saturday and Sunday,
Until you get rid of your junk.
then yeah.
Well, did the person apply for a vendor's license? Because there's plenty of licenses and stuff that they can apply for. Maybe they can apply to be a vendor as to sell stuff in their yard.
That's the issue that we have. I have a resident who does not have a vendor's license, but she wants to set up shop on the street and sell. I'm like, you're not at your house. So that was how we got to this. Where do you purchase a vendor's license? And then what are our rules and stipulations for this vendor's license? Can you just have a pop-up shop?
No, we just don't give people any grace about trying to hustle and pay their bills. There's just no grace. None.
No, this conversation has come up in the past at the car show because there are people that want to set up and sell like handmade goods and whatnot. And technically, we have nothing on the books that says that they have to have a vendor.
So we're working on getting something on the books because I love vendors. I mean, that's how they make their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how they make their money. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's some of their livelihoods. They go from here to there. And I don't think, you know, if we want to have something and we invite in different vendors, I don't know. We just need to have something. Sorry.
But once again, and if they're using public have to bear the burden of the cost for as far as public works and all of that goes. And I mean, it's a price of doing business. Okay.
A vendor's license. I'm surprised you could not find one, because I agree with Miss Bailey that this subject has come up before during the car show. So I'm kind of surprised there's not one on the book.
We don't have anything. We looked for it. We don't have anything. That's why, you know, I had spoken to Mr. Mosby about it, and I told him, you know, we need to come up with something. Because let's say if we wanted to have something as a city, what would we do? What would be our options?
Right, but I think, is this covered, is it possibly maybe covered under, I remember Matt Waller changed the peddler and solicitors like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but that's the people who come and knock on my door and try to sell me gas, electric, and alarm systems, and by the way,
vacuum cleaners and magazines.
Right. Just buy an alarm system.
I got a freezer full of steaks.
Yeah, I actually, you know, so when they knock on the door, I say, "Are you registered? Did you register to be here knocking on my door?" And if it's something I want to buy, I don't ask.
Josh and I sold door-to-door magazines. So when I get a magazine kid that knocks on my door, I'm like, "Hey man, I'm gonna make you a sandwich, give you a bottle of water, but you probably want to go register at the city," and send them on their way. Like,
and I know, you know, my answer all the time is my boss took care of that.
Every time. Mm-hmm. But it says they're supposed to have a badge or like a city identification, whatever. So
they don't. I don't care because it's usually something I shouldn't say that. So
yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. So moving forward, Ordinance 6 update. We kind of beat to death a little bit now. It is being read on the council floor. During our committee of the whole, I am going to ask that we schedule an executive session in order to talk about this, because we still have the law director's salary looming out above us too, that we need to wrap up more sooner than later. So
can you please look into the recreation director as well?
I definitely will bring that up in executive
based
session.
off the conversation that you and I had.
Yeah, I definitely will. So I definitely will bring that up. The other thing is I just need a yes or a no. Have we heard back from police and their raises?
No, they're still working and looking into that. So if you want a yes or no, no. But I do know
Okay.
that they're collecting things from us. That
Do we
needed
have
to,
it?
that
Do
we
we
needed
have
to-
it?
I'm sorry.
Do we have an anticipated time frame?
We do not, because as of last week, we had to submit a few more documents and a couple more things to them. And as of yesterday, I had not heard anything else
Okay.
about,
Cool.
you know.
All right. So then, one thing that isn't on this is Dallas Avenue House. We still need legislation to have that deeded.
Yeah, I talked to
Yes.
Mr. Mosby about that,
Yeah, I mean, for
and
it to be so.
yeah, if you guys want, you know, some things we need direction from council on what they want to do. So if you want him to do the legislation, or if you have some legislation that you already have,
Don't do that.
we can go that route.
Okay. Awesome. Also, old business, Rumpke contract. I have no updates.
I talked to Mr. Mosby about that.
This is
He did, last week we did send out, did Mr. Graver share with you the rates, the different rates, because they were sent to him last week, the different rate increases for Rumpke? So nobody's answering, so I assume no.
well, hold on. I'm not, I don't want to say no yet. Let me look 1 second, because Mr. Graver is normally great at bird dogging. I know, bird dog, isn't that a good word? Sorry, my kid said bird dog. Rumpke.
I have nothing in my email
Rates.
regarding Rumpke since 2019.
Okay, I do know that they're going out to bid at the end of the month. But he did, because, I'll go back to find.
Bird dog. Birdie dog. Beep those.
Okay.
And I think, weren't we trying to proactively get out of debt with them too?
So
Think,
I don't know how much of this, because he sent it to the president of council on October 5th. He sent it to Mr. Graver on October 5th. He and I had talked about this, and so in order to ensure that the rates keep the pace with the anticipated rates, I'm just going over his email to skim through it. He gave a proposed amount, and that increasing it by 5% annually. By the end of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I'm counting this correctly, 2025, it would be at like $23.46 based off, because what was happening is that we were paying out more, they weren't getting paid, you know, the citizens weren't being taxed enough, and we were
losing money.
Yeah, losing money. So with the 5% each, it went from, for this year, I can't tell you the numbers that he has in here, is $19.30 for 2021, and it goes all the way, if you add 5% every year. So I'm not sure if you say he didn't send it, I'm not sure why, but it's an ordinance that he was asking to share. I guess he wanted him to go over it. So that was sent on October 5th.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, if we could, I guess, ask Mr. Graver. I'll ask Mr. Graver for that and put the finance committee members in there, because we have been asking for this since January.
Yeah.
Maybe saving it for a
And
committee.
it's an ordinance to I'm sorry, Ms. Zorb, I'm sorry.
I said, I'm kind of speaking for Mr. Graver. He may be waiting until a council meeting to see what committee to put it in.
Yeah, he could, he might be, he may be. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty proactive in things and getting things out, and I would agree with Ms. Zorb, he's probably waiting. But since you know, I just didn't want you to think that nothing wasn't being done. They go out for the negotiations on the end of the month. And he submitted an ordinance with what he thought would be appropriate in order for us not to continue to lose money.
Okay.
Because he's asking that it's at the next meeting, on the agenda for the next meeting.
Right. But yeah, I think that, yeah, I just would like to read it. Cool. Okay, so then last one, right quick, is increasing cable/regulatory fees. This has been something that we've asked off and on for like the last 2 years. And basically this is where the big telecommunications company has to pay us to be here. So like T-Mobile, Sprint, Charter, AT&T, Verizon, whatever, what have you. I don't think ours has been increased since the 80s, and that's all that I know.
Did you, who did you
That
talk
we've asked
to?
and asked and
Going
asked.
rate in other locations, other municipalities? What are the going rates?
Have no idea. I don't even know where to start on this one because it isn't something that is readily available on the internet, oddly enough. And I think that I know it was something that Miss Long and myself had asked about a long time ago too, and I just don't know where to start.
Who did you ask?
So believe it was Mr. Dieters, I believe. I'm gonna have to go through the sea of emails. Sorry, we're having a guest appearance. So I will ask Mr. Dieters again, or reach out to, well, I guess I'll look in our codified ordinances online to see if they're on there. I thought they were at one point in time, but I'm not sure. But it may be a way to increase some dollars there too.
I'd really like to know some comparison numbers. Yeah, I have no knowledge of this. I wouldn't know to increase it or not increase it. You know what I mean? I have no leverage, no background. I don't know if anybody else does, but I know I do not.
Okay. Cool. Other than that, I don't have anything else unless you guys have anything.
Need any help with any of those follow-ups, just reach out, let me know.
I probably definitely will. And then Miss Nichols, Madam Mayor, now that we have you, do you know when our street levy passed and when it's up for renewal? By chance, maybe?
Which street levy?
Like the street, not like, I don't know.
I'm thinking about Galbraith.
No, like the levy, like we're like our fire, yeah, like our fire levy, but like the street levy one.
No.
Okay.
For some reason, I'm thinking there's another year or two on it.
I sent an email to Mr. Mosby asking him for Actually, I asked him for the dates on all of the levies, just so that we can have that kind of,
Yeah, I think it's another year or two.
if we need to put
Awesome.
eyes on that to make sure that if it's up for renewal, we need to know that.
Yeah. And then one thing that I don't remember, I think I CC'd you in that email, Madam Mayor, but one thing that I did ask for the Finance Committee was a copy of all of our contracts that we had with like the different labor unions, bargaining, collective, RETA, insurance, all that fun stuff. Just so that way we could, if the Finance Committee members wanted to read them, they could, great. But if not, even like great as well, just to have them to see what we're anticipating for the next coming years, I guess.
The insurance that one is fairly new, right? Like 2 or 3 years. I think two. Ms. Long had just entered into that one.
Yeah, well, that's what Mary Jo and I were kind of talking about, is that we did all of these things to save money and to cut costs. I mean, at one point in time, we thought that we had cut it, $100,000 worth of savings per year, and we're not sure what happened there.
We're not feeling it. We're not feeling it.
Right.
We're
We switched to Geico, but we didn't save a lot of money, we feel like. So
Is that with the insurance or is that with
RETA insurance, and then yeah,
well,
and
we
then
always knew that RETA was going to be, that was one of those things, because if you recall, there were some people who were against it, and there were some people who really wanted to do RETA. So, okay, so you want all of those contracts. I did see that email. And I
Okay.
did ask them last week where they were, and I think they said some of the things that you asked for, they sent over to you.
I currently do not have them that I know of, but I will double check. But I did not get them, and I asked that they were sent to everybody on finance.
I have a question, Madam
Uh-huh.
Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's only 3 of us on the committee, and then 2 people on the committee have a meeting without the third person, it may make the third person feel like unwelcome on the committee.
There were 4 people at the time.
There are 3 people right now.
There are still 4 people. We do have a 4th person. Is it Hartman or Miller Novak?
Neither.
Because it is.
Neither
no,
one
it is.
is on this committee. It's 3 of us. There's 3 of us. That's it. I'm just saying that it might make a person feel away if there's only 3 people and 2 of them break off and have a meeting without the third person. I'm just saying.
No,
that.
there are definitely 4 of us, and I think it's Elizabeth Hartman. I think Elizabeth Hartman is the 4th person on this committee. Actually, I know she's the 4th person on this committee.
I think we put 4 people on every committee at the last council meeting. I thought we did.
We did.
Okay.
Maybe not. I can't remember now.
And we would never leave you out, Miss Underwood, ever.
It's okay. I don't really care if people leave me out, but I'm just saying that it might make a person feel away. It might, and then they might feel, away, whatever that way is. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So the other side of that coin is if we all 3 meet, we're a quorum, and it has to be broadcast, it has to be publicly noticed, and all of that. Right.
Yeah,
So,
I guess we should probably just put it on the scales and weigh it and balance it or something and say, hey, maybe you could say, hey, third person, we're not trying to leave you out, but we just want to hash some things out. If you want some input, let us know or something. I don't know. No biggie.
right quick, last question. $12,000 for IT. Are they talking about redoing the website again?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I plead the fifth.
Back on the budget. You're pleading the fifth because you don't know or because you don't want to answer?
Well, it could be a little bit of both.
Are you
Do
Steve
not-
Jobs and you're going to spend $125,000 to get your website redone? Okay, that was a bad choice. Sorry. Okay.
So, I do not believe all of that is for the website. So, I do believe there are some other things that need to be considered or taken care of. So I'm going to plead the fifth because I can't give you a direct answer.
Okay.
A truthful answer. I can't rightfully say if it's all for the website, which I don't think it is, because that website would need more than $12,000. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but we just redid it. Okay, so last thing real quick. What does everybody's week look like this week and next week, I guess? Potential dates for committee of the whole.
I don't know. Let me grab my calendar.
The
Is it the third
19th is a
Thursday?
regular meeting.
Yes.
All the rest of us after the fact. Dog here is winning. Just saying, Chico.
I cannot do the 22nd unless it's after 7:30.
Mm-mm.
Or I
That's
can,
way too
I
late
mean, I
to
can
start
get
this
there
one.
like 7. I can get there like 7:40.
Oh, wait, what are we talking about right now?
Committee of the whole and executive session, the long one.
Shouldn't we do this at the main council meeting?
We've tried the last 3 council meetings, and I always get that we need to send it out in an email. So I figure I would send out our schedules in an email to see if any of them can match up.
I don't see how we're gonna be able to do it in an evening. It'll, I mean, it seems to me like it's gonna have to be like on a Saturday or a Sunday.
All right.
I'm cool with either.
available Saturday and the 17th and 18th, or the 20th and 21st evenings after, say, 5 o'clock.
You said the 17th?
I was complying with Miss Underwood's weekend request. So the 17th and 18th,
Mhm.
other than the morning on the 18th. But if we started, say, I'd be available, say, after 11:30 on Sunday.
What about the 20th or the 21st?
I'm available probably after like 5 or 5:30.
So am I.
Miss Underwood, Miss Bailey.
I suppose I could make it work.
Which one of those? All of
I
them?
don't know, but you know, when people get sleepy, they get grumpy. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
What's the time?
We're
5
in
o'clock.
a 3 or 4 hour meeting. It'll probably get progressively worse as the evening goes on.
Well, we should set an end time and stick to it to avoid that, because you're right. We all get that way.
If we do a Saturday, this Saturday doesn't work for me. I have plans, but next Saturday is the cleanup. You do a Sunday. I go to church on Sundays. I'm done after 1. Or even, well, I don't know what the earliest you're trying to do.
That's why I could probably be available after 11:30 or 12ish.
Which day?
Sunday after church.
Sunday. So then you also have the week of the 26th. I don't know if those committees are willing to give up their time on that 26th.
I'll go out on a limb and say Mr. Novak would love to give up his time.
I believe he would.
Yeah.
That's the 26th. If he'd be willing to give up his time, we could do that 6:30.
I would be willing to give up my time as well. We can get this done.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna shoot for the 26th
Okay.
at 6:30.
We shoot
Committee
for
as a
6.
whole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we?
So for whatever reason in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna meet in council chambers, but we're not. I don't know why I was thinking that.
A couple of us could. I mean, I don't
Only
know
if-
where Mr.
only
Mosby
if-
is on purchasing the TV.
I was gonna say only if our tech setup's there.
Excuse me.
Okay, at 6, starting at 6:30. Yeah. Okay, just make sure I'm correct. Government goes to everyone, including administration, right? And then
Yeah.
council goes to just council, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Awesome. So, other than that, we will see if everybody can meet that day, and then we will go from there. In the meantime, we may have new council members start. We may have to bring new council members up to speed when the time comes. We're just going to remember that. Cool.
Yeah.
And anything else?
Motion we
Y'all
adjourn.
cool to adjourn? Awesome. 8:55 p.m. All right. Bye, guys.